channel. This is Godwin. If it's your first time watching my videos, I'd like to say welcome to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, I'd like to say thank you very much for always coming back to watch my videos once again. In today's video, we're going to talk about a very interesting information that I have gotten from the International Institute of International Education in collaboration with the US State Department. Today we're going to talk about countries or African countries with the highest number of international students. That is African countries that have large number of international students studying in the US. Mostly people go to the US on scholarships to study, as well as to acquire knowledge and to get US training. Now the question I'm going to ask before I go on to the list is that why are Africans interested in traveling to America to study? Is it the quality? Is it the prospects that they are going to get? And also, if you look at the list, you get to realize that there are even English-speaking countries, right, that are behind some francophone countries. Now, I'm going to give you the list of the countries that make it to the top 10 of this very list. The first one is Nigeria. Nigeria, we all know, is a very highly populated country based here in West Africa and has oil and has lots of universities as well. But you would get to know that 20,020 students from Nigeria are studying in the US currently. So Nigeria is number one with over 20,000 of their students studying there. I'm sure this could be on scholarship and also be on paid as well, as some parents are rich to pay. I know most Africans prefer to go to school in America on scholarship. So Nigeria is making the top. And in fact, to my surprise, I was expecting South Africa to be in the second position, but South Africa happens to be down the list. Number 2 is Ghana. Ghana is also a country where the educational sector is growing. People are beginning to acquire higher education. And if you recently been following trends in Ghana, realize that Ghana has introduced free education. And so people are going to school free in Ghana. So there are a lot of secondary school free now. So a lot of people now also trying to get admission into universities in the US. So Ghana placed second. Ghana placed second among the countries that have the highest number of international students in the United States. So Nigeria is number one with over 20,000 of their students studying in America. And then Ghana is 9,394. In the third place is Kenya. In fact, Kenya has also surprised me as well. Kenya is in number 2. But the numbers, the disparity, the difference between the numbers in Kenya and that of Ghana is so high. Kenya is 4,507. 4,507. So you have 4,507 students from Kenya studying in the United States, according to the Institute for International Education and the Open Doors report, right? So I think it's so interesting to find Kenya in the number 3 position. That is 4,507. And then we have, but does that mean that Kenya has lots of good universities locally, or Kenyans prefer to study? Because Kenya also have a very big population as well. I was expecting Kenyans to be, and they're also an English-speaking country, so I was expecting them to be there in their numbers. So Nigeria is 20,000, followed by Ghana 9,394, and then Kenya 4,507, and then Ethiopia is 3,078. So 3,078. So Ethiopia is also a very promising country. It has the headquarters of the African Union, and I'm sure it has a lot of universities as well. But they came number 4, so 3,078 and over students from Ethiopia that are studying in the United States of America, right? Ethiopia, I know they also speak English as well, not so. So I think moving or studying in the US will be much easier Now we have South Africa in the fifth position. I was expecting to see South Africa maybe within first two, but they came number five. But South Africa has 2,814 international students studying in the United States. But South Africa is known to have lots of good universities as well. You can talk of the University of Cape Town and then all the big universities that you can think of. But they came number five with 2,814. Right, so South Africa was around number five anyway. But South Africa also speaks English, and so from an English-speaking country, relocating to another English-speaking country. But the next on the list have shocked me: DR Congo. DR Congo. I think Congo is a French-speaking country, but they are at number six. That's 1,738. So you have 1,738 students from DR Congo, that's the Democratic Republic of Congo, studying in the United States of America. This is a huge number from a French-speaking country. And they're even ahead of Rwanda, which is an English-speaking country. Why? Is it because people in these countries prefer to also have the education in the US, and of course the bilingual advantage? And then the next one is Rwanda. Rwanda is in number 7. Rwanda is in number 7. But I was expecting Rwanda to be among the top 5, but they placed 7 with 1,311 of their students studying across the United States, or studying in the United States. In fact, I must say that Rwanda is an English-speaking country. It's one of the fastest growing economies in Africa, and of course, it is known to have the cleanest city in Africa as well. Rwanda, I was expecting to find a lot of Rwandans studying in the US, but they fell at number 7, or they are at number 7 with 1,311. Another shocking position is Uganda. Uganda is also an English-speaking country. Of course, I think they are in eastern part of Africa, and they have 1,303 of their students studying in the United States of America. Uganda basically is also an English-speaking country. They speak English, and I think studying in America would have also been, if you're from Uganda, would be a very good idea. So they also have about 1,303 of their students studying in the United States of America. So if you look at the list, if you've seen almost all Anglophone countries, but DR Congo have surprised me. Now let's move on to the next. That is another Francophone country, Cote d'Ivoire. Ivory Coast is in the next. That is 1,138,000 of. That is a huge number. 1,138,000 of their students are studying in the United States. That is a very huge number. In fact, it's a huge number. It's a very huge number because Ivory Coast is a Francophone country. It's a French-speaking country. But then now, what is really happening now? You find a lot of these Francophone students coming to study in the Anglophone countries. For example, Ghana. Ghana has become one of the number one destinations people are coming to study English. So maybe it might actually be one of the reasons why we're having large numbers of these Francophone or French-speaking countries studying in the United States. And then we have Tanzania. Tanzania is an English-speaking country, but it has 2 Francophone countries ahead of it in terms of the number of international students studying in the United States. So we have Tanzania 1,022. 1,022 for an English-speaking country. So Tanzania is in the 10th position. So if you look at the list, we have Cote d'Ivoire, Francophone country, we have DR Congo, Francophone country. I was expecting them to occupy the 9th and the 10th positions. But one has realized that Cote d'Ivoire, DR Congo, which are Francophone countries, didn't occupy the last position. And they have. So let me go over the list again. Nigeria is leading It has the highest number of international students, of course, in the United States. It's the most populous nation in Africa, and as a matter of fact, has a large number of student population. So you have 20,020 and over studying in the United States. I think it's supposed to be more. Maybe they might be other Nigerians studying in other continents and in other countries. And then we have Ghana, 9,394. There are a lot of people coming to school in Ghana as well, but Ghana came second. And then we have Kenya, 4,507. And then we have Ethiopia, 3,078. And then we have South Africa, 2,814. And then we have the Democratic Republic of Congo, 1,738. And then we have the Rwanda, 1,311. And then you have Uganda, 1,303. And then you have Cote d'Ivoire, 1,138. And then we have Tanzania, 1,022. This figure, or this data, was from the Open Doors report, the Institute of International Education, in collaboration with the U.S. State Department. So you got to realize that now the Francophone people are also, studying a lot in the United States. The bilingual advantage is working here. And like I said earlier on, Ghana has 9,000. That is a huge number. But Ghana itself has also become a melting pot for students that are studying across the world, because a lot of people also come to school in Ghana as well. We have a lot of Francophones coming to study English. And this is not only in the national capital. If you go to cities like Kofrodi as well, there are also Francophone people learning English there. So this might actually be one of the reasons why DR Congo and Cote d'Ivoire are on the top 10 or within the top 10, because Cote d'Ivoire, there are a lot of Ivorian students studying English. I've met a lot of them. I personally have also taught at the tertiary level. I taught professional courses at the tertiary level, and basically I actually have come along or have met a lot of Ivorians studying English here. Some after that right to fail and all that. So I think this might be the reason why we're having a large number of these Francophone people, or the Francophone brothers, taking interest in studying in Ghana to study English so that they can move into America as well. But now let's ask, why are Africans traveling to study in America? Is it about the quality of education in America, or is it about the job prospects? Of course, I think the quality and the job prospects are also one of the issues. And I know a lot of people also do get jobs there and stay there. I've met a lot of Africans who have studied in America, and today some of them are teaching and working there as well. And so I think it's a big opportunity, but it's not easy to also get a visa. Sometimes people get admissions and sometimes they get declined. So I think the numbers would have been more than this, especially for Nigeria and Ghana. But I think because of the difficulty in sometimes getting visa and all that, and there are a lot of scholarships that are churning out from the United States. I think that thing America is doing very well in helping African students get scholarship to study in the United States of America. So the list actually tells you that. But then I did not find any North African country on the list. Doesn't mean that North Africans are not interested in, or maybe they might be after 10, but this is just the top 10. So for the top 10, there's no North African country within the top 10. West Africa, we have Nigeria, we have Ghana, and then we have Cote d'Ivoire. And then you talk about, I don't know, is Ethiopia part of East Africa or Central Africa? So let's say Central and East Africa, talking of Ethiopia, you're talking of DR Congo, and then you talk of Rwanda, you talk of Uganda. West Africa, I did not find Sierra Leone in the top 10. I did not find Liberia. Liberia, as a matter of fact, they, more or less, they have links with America a lot, but I did not find them among the top 10. So that tells you that in West Africa, Ghana and Nigeria are the highest or have the highest number of people studying in the United States of America. Right. If you go deep down, you get to realize that let me count the number of East and Central African countries. We have Kenya, we have Ethiopia, we have Rwanda, you have DR Congo, you have Uganda, and then you have Tanzania. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 out of 10 of these countries coming from the East and Central Africa. That tells you that that part of Africa is also studying a lot in America, right? So if you are just joining me, the channel is This is Godwin, and it's a live presentation that I'm bringing up to you on my channel today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and subscribe. Don't forget to comment, share, and like. We are talking about the top 10 countries that has the largest number of international students in America. You can leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and let me know if your country did not fall within the top 10. If your country did not fall within the top 10, let me know. And let me know whether your country also fell within the top 10. Now, I think let's talk about also acquiring visa. I think the numbers, like I said, would have been more than this, but acquiring visa is also another thing. Meeting the visa requirement is also another thing. I have met people who have gotten admissions to the United States and still have issues with visa and all that. I think, one thing that I think maybe the authorities need to work on is to ensure that the universities also provide lots of visa assistance to a lot of these Africans that are studying in there. But a lot of them have gone back and they are contributing to the development of their country, right? Some even, like I said earlier on, after getting the job, after having the education, stays back, get a job, work, get experience, and then transfer the skills to Africa. We have people doing medicine, engineering, marketing, accounting, a whole lot of disciplines, right? So I think this figure gives a clear picture of how Africans are. But South Africa, again, also, I think the figure was not impressive from South Africa. That is 2,840. I'm suspecting South Africa to be number 2, right? But looking at the size of Ghana and that of South Africa. But I think South Africa might be as a result of the fact that because they have a lot of big universities as well. But Ghana also have good universities as well. But the power of the American education is very powerful. You have a lot of good universities in America. Probably, I'm not saying universities in Africa are bad, but American universities are top notch, and this might be. But Nigeria, 20,000. This figure, I think, is not too huge. It's not too much of a surprising figure to me. I was expecting Nigeria to be having around 50,000 and more. Anyway, but I think they still fall within the number 1 position, and the number 1 country on the list, I think, the United States of America. If you're just joining me, let me give you the list once again. Nigeria is 20,020. Ghana is 9,394. Kenya 4,507. And then we have Ethiopia 3,078. We have South Africa 2,814. And then we have DR Congo, a shocking position, 1,730. That's a francophone country. That's why I said it's a shocking position. And then you have Rwanda, 1,311. I was expecting Rwanda to be among the top 5 anyway. And then you have Uganda, 1,380. I was also expecting Uganda to be among the top 5 as well. And then you have Cote d'Ivoire at number 9 with 1,138. And then Tanzania, 1,022. I think this cements the fact why a lot of Ivorians and a lot of francophone people are coming to Ghana to study English, so they can have the opportunity of studying in America. Viewers, thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, just give it a like and then hit that black subscribe button and subscribe. Don't forget to comment, share, and like. Thank you very much for watching. See you in my next live video.